Hi, good morning. Today we are going to start our next chapter, linear transformation. Okay. Now, what do you mean by a linear transformation? Let V and W be two vector spaces over the field F. A linear transformation from V to W is a function T from V to W such that T of C alpha plus beta equal to C T alpha plus T beta for all alpha comma beta in V and all scalars C in F. Then we call T is a linear transformation. Okay, that is for any alpha comma beta belongs to V, we have this condition. T of C alpha plus beta equal to C T alpha plus T beta. Then we call T is a linear transformation from V into W. Okay. Now we look at some examples of linear transformation. Now, first example, if V is any vector space, then the mapping, the zero mapping, we are denoting this as zero mapping from 0 to V defined by 0 of alpha equal to 0 for every alpha belongs to V. This 0 is actually just a notation, okay, and this 0 is a zero vector in our V, okay. 0 alpha equal to 0 for every alpha belongs to V is a linear transformation and it is known as zero transformation. Okay. Now for this we have to check whether this condition holds. Let alpha comma beta belongs to V and C belongs to F. Then what is 0 alpha? 0 alpha equal to 0 and 0 beta is also equal to 0. Now, as C alpha plus alpha comma beta belongs to V, say C alpha plus beta also belongs to V, 0 into C alpha plus beta is equal to 0. Okay, and which you can write as C into 0 alpha plus 0 beta, and which is equal to C into 0 plus 0, which is equal to 0. Okay. Therefore, this 0 C alpha plus beta equal to 0, you can write as C into 0 alpha plus 0 beta. This implies this 0 is a linear transformation. Okay. Now next is identity transformation. Let V be any vector space. Then identity function I from V to V defined by I of alpha is equal to alpha. This is a linear transformation and it is known as identity transformation. Okay. For this, let alpha comma beta belongs to V. Now what is I alpha? I alpha is equal to alpha and I beta is equal to beta. Now, as per definition, I of C alpha plus beta is equal to C alpha plus beta. And this alpha you can replace by I alpha. Also, this beta you can replace by I beta. Thus, we get I of C alpha plus beta equal to C into I alpha plus I beta. Implies I is a linear transformation. Now moving to next example. Let f be a field and v be the space of a polynomial function f from capital F into f and f is given like this. Okay. Now we have to prove that operator df of x defined by c1 plus 2c2x plus etc plus kck x raised to k minus 1. If you look at this one, clearly this is a derivative of this function. Okay, and this linear operator is a linear transformation is known as differentiation transformation, and we have to verify whether D is a linear transformation. For this, let f comma g belongs to V. Then f of x you can write like this. F of x you can write like this and g of x you can write like this. Okay, now what is df of x, and this is equal to this one c1 plus 2c2 derivative, you take derivative, and dg of x is d1 plus 2 d2 plus etc plus. Okay, now what is cf plus g of x? This is actually cf of x plus g of x, and you substitute for f of x, this one and this one. Okay, now combine the constant terms, then combine the x terms, then combine the x square terms, etc. Now, d of cf plus g of x means you take derivative of this function. That means this one. Okay, constant term derivative 0, this is 1. Okay, now expand this. This is C1 plus D1. You can write as C, take Ci is common. So for this you can write as C1 plus 2, C2x plus etc. plus like this plus. Now collecting Di terms we get like this. And but this is df of x and this is dg of x. Therefore, we get this one. Thus, we get DOCF plus G of x equal to this of x, and this is true for every x belongs to x. This implies D of CF plus G is equal to CDF plus DG. This implies D is a linear transformation. Okay. Now moving to the next example, let R be a field of real numbers and V be the space of our function from R into R which is continuous. Okay, our functions are continuous and T is defined like this. If F is continuous, we can define integration. T f of x equal to integral 0 to T f of t dt. Now we are going to prove this T is a linear transformation. Okay, that is we have to prove T of Cf plus G equal to Ctf plus Tg. For this you take two elements f comma g and Tf is defined like this and Tg is defined like this. Okay. Now what is T of Cf plus G of x? Now this is equal to integral 0 to x. You replace f by Cf plus G of t. And now you apply the definition of sum. We get this one and then expand the integral. Okay, then we get this one and but this is t of fx and this is tg of x, therefore you get this. Okay, now this is equal to ctf plus tg of x, thus we get t of cf plus g of x equal to ctf plus tg of x. This implies tcf plus g equal to ctf plus tg. This implies t is a linear transformation. Moving to our next example, here A is a fixed m by n matrix. A is a fixed m by n matrix and T is a function from Fn by n 1 to Fm by 1 defined by Tx equal to Ax. Now we are going to prove this T is a linear transformation. Also the function u defined by u alpha equal to alpha A is a linear transformation from Fm into Fn. Okay, so here we have here we have A is a n by n. Here A given A is an m by n matrix. So A is an m by n matrix. X belongs to Fn by n. Okay. We have to define a map from Fn. Here we have Fn by 1. So we are taking X from Fn by 1. Okay. So X is a n Fn by 1. Therefore, Ax you can write this Am by n into Xn by 1. So if you multiply this one, we will get this matrix and order of this matrix is Fm by 1. Therefore, Ax belongs to Ax is an m by 1 matrix. Therefore, that belongs to Fm by 1. Therefore, Ax is therefore T is a map from T defined by Tx equal to Ax is a map from Fn by 1 to Fm by 1. Okay. Now to prove T is linear, let x comma y belongs to Fn by 1, Tx equal to Ax, Ty equal to Ay. Now what is T of Cx plus y? Just to multiply, matrix multiplication. Okay, then we get this one and you can take C outside, therefore Cax plus Ay and that's equal to Ctx plus Ty. This implies we get T of Cx plus y equal to Ctx plus Ty. This implies T is a linear transformation. Now what about U? U is defined as U alpha equal to alpha A. Okay, alpha, what is alpha? Alpha belongs to Fm by 1. Okay, therefore alpha belongs to Fm means Fm is same as Fm by 1. Okay, m by 1, sorry, Fm by 1. Fm is ordered m tuple, and matrix of this is Fm by 1. M by 1 means m rows and n columns. Okay, you can make anything like, okay, therefore this you can, sorry, this is actually F1 by F1 by m. So if you multiply, alpha is 1 by m and a is m by n, therefore alpha a must be 1 by n matrix, and 1 by n is belongs to Fn. Okay, so you try that as a homework. Okay, now moving to last example. Let P be a fixed m by m matrix with entries, and Q is a n by n matrix, and define T from F m by n to m by n by T of A equal to PAQ. Okay, here A belongs to F m by n, P belongs to m by n, m by m, Q belongs to n by n. So clearly PAQ, you look at this. Clearly PAQ is an m by n matrix. Now T of A, what is for A comma B belongs to F m by n and C belongs to F. T of A equal to PAQ, T of B equal to PBQ. Therefore, C into T of CAB, CA plus B equal to P of P into CA plus B into Q, and which is equal to this one. You multiply by this one. Okay, all these are matrices. Matrix multiplication is also, so you can take this first. Okay, and we will get this one, and then multiply by Q, we will get this one, and this is same as TA plus B, CTA plus TB, and this implies T is a linear transformation. Okay, so here are some problems that you try as a homework. T of x1 x2 equal to this one. Okay, verify whether if you take two elements like this, alpha is equal to x1 x2, beta is equal to x2 y1 y2, and verify whether T of C alpha plus beta is equal to C into T alpha plus T beta. Okay.